When we did day one, we did the consultation, we did when a patient walks in. Now, when you're done with your first visit, we want you to give the patient some particular forms. Now, these are the new which type of care forms. They are not on the website yet, but by the time you're listening to this recording, they will be on the website under Visit 1, Cash Visit 1 Insurance. For after the patient is done with their visit, they're going to get one of these two forms. Now, the one on the left here, we want you to see this is for adults. So now, with adults, it also has information about families. It has seniors. It has young, middle-aged people, and everybody in between. And it gives people the opportunity to understand the choice that you're going to ask them to make. So we're putting it in perspective for them. Crisis care, it's based on need. Lifestyle care is based on want. We want them to make this critical transition from need to want. So they have to know the choices. And so they're seeing it on your website when they're reading almost every single article has it in there in some way, shape, or form. We have videos, the Health Tips in the Mountain videos on the continuum and the crisis care to lifestyle care videos. Those all support the same conversation. The posters that you have hanging in your office, which, by the way, the rays on the tree poster as well as the continuum poster. We have a new poster for those of you that like the new look and want to upgrade your look. These will be available next week also. They're in the final stages. We're excited about that now that the folder, which was a beast to get done, believe it or not, but it's fantastic. We love the way that it came out. We're going to show you how to use it on this call. This form, you're putting it in front of people which type of care is right for you. Crisis care is based on need. Lifestyle care is based on want. Now, you put your information on the bottom, and notice the one on the right is a pediatric form. So we're going to put this with the Pediatric 100 campaign. So people understand how to choose care for their child and why they should choose care for their child, which, by the way, both of these forms, they say exactly the same thing, crisis care and lifestyle care. However, you're going to notice that the paragraph at the bottom is different, and also the images are different to be more pediatric focused. And the one on the left, you're going to notice that it spans the generations. And we've added a few things to it. Why are you giving out this form? We have told you on many occasions that every 1 becomes 5, every 5 becomes 20, every 20 becomes 50 every time. Every 1 new patient becomes 5. Every 5 becomes 20, every 20 becomes 50 every single time. Not every time, but a lot of times. If you follow this protocol and if you're not just a talking head. Some of you do not send people home with folders. You do not send people home with articles. You do not send people home with forms like this, and you expect them to go to your website and do their homework. Some of them will go to your website and do their homework. Some of them won't. What's important is that when they go home and they drop this off on the kitchen counter, their spouse looks at it, their teenagers look at it, their children look at it. They ask them questions. They end up becoming conversations around the dinner table. When people go to their office and they put this beautiful package on their desk and somebody looks at it and says, wow, what is that? Bam, it opens up a conversation. So we don't want people to have to look in their phone and look at a computer in order to be a part of that conversation. We want that happening everywhere all the time, and we want you and your practice and your patients, your people, to be the center of that universe. So you'll notice, and we added a few things here, by the way, on the which type of care is right for you. On the pediatric one, birth trauma, vaccination, injuries, learning challenges, childhood falls, etc., etc. Autism spectrum we added here, headaches of any kind, hormones, sports injuries, and spine and nervous system interference can cause or mimic every type of health problem. Same thing on the left-hand side, very similar. I think the only one that's not here is the autism spectrum, but we can certainly add that, and you could write it in. And then on the bottom, lifestyle care is, what do people want? We want them to start getting a vision from what they want, for what they want. Remember, this is all about making the critical transition from need to want. And so when we put the leverage of longevity right in front of their face, we get them to make choices in the present based on the information about their longevity in the future, so that they're more likely to choose on their own to make that critical transition from crisis care to lifestyle care. Now remember, pre-day one education, we talked about making sure that we're texting articles and emailing articles and posting articles, and when a new patient calls in, we're directing them to the website for the forms and to fill out and to review some of the articles and some of the videos. So we are continuing this immersion process, and we are creating this immersion process for everybody in your patient's world. So literally, you could hands-free everywhere you go, as well as in your office and wherever the patient goes. Both provide them with handout tools that are beautiful and are classy and stand out big time. They can use those things, lay them on their counters, discuss them with other people in their life, and make the case for their care and the case for everybody being under care, because they have been informed. They can go through this like a PowerPoint presentation. We're going to do that before the end of this call, so they can make sure that everybody in their world knows why they're doing what they're doing and why they should come and do it too inside your practice. So this form is to be given out at the end of the first visit. CAs, this is your job to give out this form. Along with, if you want to, you can give it out with this article, which is, and there are several articles that you can give out. This is the new newsletter template. The image here is a little bit darker than what it actually looks like. It is a beautiful template, beautiful handout, fresh look, matches the pediatric continuum, matches the new look continuum, matches the new folder, even matches the raise, and also everything matches. You're going to be like a well put together, multi-million-dollar, incredible lifetime patient creating machine with the resources that we're providing you. And so you're going to give out these handouts, the ones that you think matter to specific individuals based on who they are, or you can text it to them, or you can email it to them, or you can hand out the ones that you find yourself giving out on a regular basis. Some of the ones that I like, Essential Innovation. Why? Because they're going to get it on the back of the folder too, so they're going to be seeing it for the second, third, and fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time. The Ultimate Healthcare Technology, the Benefits of Lifestyle Care. You pick your favorites, then direct them to the website and social media pages for more information. The articles, your blog, your video blog, podcasts from your website. Not from other people's, from your website. And don't put podcasts that are about topics that don't relate to people making decisions about chiropractic in your practice. Put the podcasts that you like, that if you find some, I've been interviewed on some podcasts. Look up Dr. Plasker podcast interviews if you want to, and put the ones that where we're talking about specifically what you're talking about with people's care. Otherwise, they become distractions. Do not distract people with crap box information, which, by the way, there's a lot of great information out there that I would still consider crap box information. Let me clear up what I mean by that. It doesn't mean it's crappy information. It just means that it creates a mishmash of confusion in the patient's decision-making process. And remember what we've always talked about, that confused people don't decide. So we want lots of decisions. We want lots of referrals for people that are already decided before they ever walk into your office. These resources will help you a lot. Make sure you direct them to your website. Tell them to go look around and engage in it. Don't direct them to other chiropractic. There's so much mishmashy stuff out there. We've built a world for you so that you don't have to do that. And if they go check out other things in other worlds, they'll come back to your world and they'll say, wow, what you got going on here is pretty darn awesome. And we hear that all the time. We're proud of that for you. We want you to be proud of it so that you can get lots of people under care.